Good morning. And to quote Bad Chad, it's Friday. Look at this glorious mess. I think I'm going to work on trash abatement today. I'm going to do some cleanup and get some stuff set off to the side. I think I know where I can find a regulator to pirate it for that broken spring for the door. I don't necessarily need to put this together until it's hanging on the truck, but I would like to get the weather strip on simply because the door is laying flat like. So I'm going to get on with the seam seal right away, and then I'll move forward with the contact cement and rubber around the doors. Oh, that one's done, other than putting the glass in. So I'll hang it and I'll put the glass in after I put the glass in that. So I'm going to get on with cleanup, and then from there it'll be the rest. Yeah, that's it. Friday morning. It's like 5:45. So I'm out here early simply because I'm well rested and I'm feeling better in the mornings than I am in the afternoon. So that's why I'm out here so early. But yeah, I'm going to start cleaning up and get things happening. See you in a bit. Well, it didn't take long. I will get that table and English wheel out of here. I think I'm gonna take my shrinker stretcher out too. I don't need it for, oh, I do need it. Yeah, never mind, I'm gonna keep it here. So yeah, I'm just gonna go grab the tractor and move that stuff out of here. Then I guess I'm gonna drop this thing down and get to picking away at it. See you in a bit. Well, there was some mistakes made with Friday's video. I didn't get it all recorded. I think I might have touched the screen while I was wandering around and babbling like an idiot. Did I? Okay, so Saturday morning's first installment is brought to you by Penny's Hot Rod and Customs. Derek was kind enough to not only give me the vent window glass that I needed, 2 windshields, which are now in. And I'll tell you, it's 7 a.m. I started at 6:30. I had assembled the rubber onto the glass here yesterday, and using duct tape, I taped it all around the perimeter of the window. I'll just carry this over. And because I'm being by my lonesome, I put a ratchet strap up to aid with leaning the windshield in. It's kind of pretty much got to go all the way in, up, and then over, and then you start pushing the bottom in and getting the top into this rail here. Once it's up inside there, you can start pulling the rubber over. No rope. I thought rope would work, but I decided to go without using rope. I didn't rope it in. So there was tape here, there was tape here, there was tape here, and a couple places across the top on both sides. As you can see, I taped the 2 pieces of glass together to keep them from slipping out apart. And okay, what I used was a big ass flat screwdriver. Okay, on the inside, I'll show you where I used it. On the inside, right in there, just gently prying and getting the glass to work itself down onto the pinch weld here. Once it started to work itself down there and up and around the corner, the more I did this, the more the glass would go down. And once that glass was down far enough that the rubber could continue past in here, past this corner right here, that's when it's all started to really happen. The big trick, my good friend Dwayne loaned me a tool. He said, this is a game changer. Well, you know what? He was right. I should have had this yesterday for the rear glass. So, from sitting on the back of the truck until all the rubber in and around, 30 minutes by myself. When we did the similar glass in my 51 Fargo, it was 3 of us and like 2 hours. So yeah, this thing is made by them. I have no idea where he got it. He said he got it from some sort of a glass shop. There's no part number or anything on it. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and try and make one. It doesn't need to be a perfect ball. I do have ball bearings I could TIG weld on the end, but this is the absolute ticket, because once you snag the rubber and you slowly work it, like I did have a little mishap here. I think I got a little rambunctious, but I got a little tear right there and one right there. And once this glass sits for a while, like, you can push it up and that'll aid, you do this, and that'll aid with the glass settling in. And then once the brackets go on the inside, the trim panels go on the inside, it's probably gonna put a little pressure on that rubber as well. This is a huge relief. I can deal with my wipers next. Wipers, and then I can close in, put that panel that I made up there back in. So, yes, major progress made with just this thing, I'll tell you. Take your time. I did take my time. I did rush a little, but I took my time. Glass is in. I'll see you in an hour. I'm going for breakfast. Well, here we are. Windshield is in. Center bar is in. Wipers are working. I had an issue with the hood and some interference, so this was actually sitting on this and the studs would hit. So I ended up whacking it off and welding it on and just put seam seal on it. I'm waiting for it to dry. So I can give it a shot of paint. As you can see, the cover panel's on now. Yeah, we've been working on this. I got one rib nut that spun. And note to self, if you're in a spot where you don't want to be taking it apart over and over again, a tack weld. Just on the edge of the rib nut. Nothing happened inside. Man, stuff is going slow. Fast and slow. Trashed the light socket on that fender for the marker light for this guy right here. So there's that. What else? Cruise is mounted. Like, I'm pretty much moving forward and not stopping. So I'm gonna try and get my lights going, fan going. Fan is gonna be coming on with the ignition for now. And at a later date, then I'll put some sort of control into it. But for now, it'll be ignition. Nothing wrong with that. What else are we doing here? I did nothing on the door, other than that little blob of seam seal. Oh yeah, I wrecked that light socket. Yeah, that getting the... Well, Friday was the last time I made a video. It's now Monday morning. This is a long weekend here in Canada. So everything's closed. So where I'm at is my little seat base is bolted down. I put too many bolts in. I should have just had it there for alignment. So I gotta finish welding these tubes on, place the seats, and then once the seats are in and I've tacked in the bases, then I'll just cut these off. That'll be good enough. Then I can rip it out, lay down my sound deadener. I pulled my key out of the ignition from the Studebaker, so now I have a door lock key, which I know works because I fixed it when I had that latch and everything apart. Fender's on, hood's on, bolts are loose, but at least it's on. I got a bumper. Happy with how the wipers work. This is a prop style hood, so I gotta prop it up. I gotta put weather stripping across the back. As you can see, that trim panel's in, so that's a good thing. I got a little bit of rough metal here I gotta clean up because I had to trim it for when I modified the noise, guys, noise. Sorry, not sorry. And I got no place for a prop rod. Oh, you know what? I guess it would help if it... No. that's not gonna work. She's taking off on me. So, back. I gotta close the hood, set it in place. Should I latch it? Will I regret it? That's interesting. I gotta figure out why it won't latch. So I guess I better go inside. There's 4 bolts for the hinges on each side of the, inside the kick panel. 2 on each side. I gotta tighten them up. And then maybe this will, like, it's basically found its home. So I think once I tighten up those bolts, it'll open and close properly. It's a little weird in the center here. I'm thinking it's because the hood is flat. I'll pry it ahead a bit. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's better, not. Ooh, big gap. Too much. I bet you I gotta, you know, that's good there. That could come ahead a little. Yeah. So, where's my light? It's dead. I think I stuck it there yesterday and forgot about it. Where's those bolts? Up there, they're 1/2 inch. Let's grab a BER. Tighten those up. Yeah, I think I got a one-handed dealio. Oh yeah, baby. Okay. So let's just crawl in here. Oh, sorry about the noise, guys. Oh. Yeah, so today is a quest for my bad hood hinge. I gotta load up tools and stuff, and I gotta be on the road early this morning. Early-ish. To go visit a friend that we all know and respect. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You know, some idiot decided I had to have stuff in the way here. So, yeah, I'm not going to bring you in for that. At least the stereo's out and I can see through there. But now I got to figure out a way to poke a wrench in there and get those tight. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess I got to get on my hands and knees and crawl in there with a stubby wrench and snug them up. All right, well, that's the update. I modified the stereo a little bit. What I did, I gotta put 2 washers on here. It had that little hex head screw, and I can't line it up for the life of me. Some of these stereos in the kits used to come with a stud, so I made one. I cut off a longer bolt and double nutted it so it can't move. You know, I don't really need to do that, do I? Okay, I'm gonna take that one nut off maybe. But it shouldn't cause me an issue. I'll just bend that bracket so it'll, you know, Z-bend the bracket a little bit. Stuff that in. At least then I can hang it on the support bracket in the back and tighten it up with a 7mm. Anyway, that's the update. Sorry for the noise. I'm very happy how the windshield turned out. And again, thanks to Derek and Penny's Hot Rod and Customs for the glass. That saved me a ton of grief. It's tinted too, a little bit tinted, I think. So I don't mind that. When I got the glass for the Fargo, it was clear. So I got to hang the door at some point today, maybe this afternoon when my son comes around, and put the hardware in and test fit a seat and then tack it into place. Rinse and repeat for the other side. Yeah, there's lots going on, but I will achieve my goal. Or not, I don't know. Wiring, I'm just about figured out on. This, of course, is a boo-boo. You know what Puddin says, eh? If 3 don't hold it, 4 never would. So, I'm just gonna follow his philosophy. Philosophy? Yeah, that's a word. Okay. Yes, motoring right along. I will fight with this hinge a little bit, and then I'll move on. See you in a bit. Well, I've discovered a future Frank problem. Note to self, next time, making templates and copying one panel to the next and things get a little flat and laid out and that's kind of deplorable. So, yeah, I guess I should have fixed it when it was on the truck. So, I'm going to leave it at this for now. And that weather strip does not touch the bottom. How do I get the inside of the door in more? The bottom side. Yeah, we don't want to know. I wonder if you let that go. Just like, that's not even close. Well, I can adjust it in some, I think. I'm gonna see if it can be adjusted in. It needs to go in a touch anyway, so I'm gonna fiddle with that because I need this fitting kind of close so I can put my seat in. Check in a bit. That's a mess, but I'll fix it. Well, I made it back from visiting my friend Derek. Penny's Hot Rod and Customs. If you guys haven't checked them out, you should. They just do some interesting stuff. I got to hear that 7-horse Stickney running in person. That was cool. So, although it's a little rough, it's not rough like that one was rough. So the plan is stab it in the hole. Oh, I'll have to lube it a little bit. And make a little plate to go in the bottom, bolt it in, and then I'll just bend it up and weld it on, and that'll take care of it. Or we'll just ignore that for now, because 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So yeah, I'm just going to give this a quick cleaning. Well, just that little port in there, and see if I can soak it down with something and get it moving nice. But otherwise, I think it'll be fine. It'll hinge me up anyway, and then I'm good to fly. Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah, it does move. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm good to go with that. Remember that bottom hole in the back is a coarse thread, which I have, maybe 5/16. I'll get on that. I'm going to put some matting down on here, batting on the back wall, matting on the ceiling. We've got to put the glass in that door, the glass and weather strip on that door. I'm going to tighten up this fender yet. It's loose, so I'm going to work on that. And check that one, the one on that side for bolts. Lots of fiddly little things to do now with the electrical on top of it. Anyway, that's where we're at. I got my hinge, so that's a good day. And check in a bit. I'll see you then. Well, I've been at this and I'm all over the place. I got in and I got the hinge mounted. It was a little stuck. The pin was rotating in the body side, so I had to unseize the pin from the actual casting. So point to know, right in here on these Studebakers, there's my finger, There's a little hole, and that's a lube point. So keep that in mind. I decided to deviate from that, and for whatever reason, I went on a headlight binge. So I'm taking the headlights apart, and the marker light, running light housing. Yeah, she's pretty fried. I did come up with a solution, but I have no idea where I put it. Oh, there it is. Okay, because I'm using an S10 and I'm basically dissecting the harness, this is that side marker socket. So there it is. Give it a little shot of white paint to brighten it up, but good enough. I drilled the hole out to 5/8 and then I wing notched it. There we go. That just goes in, quarter turn. The bulb barely touches that steel piece. I think it'll be fine. If not, what I'm gonna do is just drill a little hole right where the paint gets rubbed off. Easy, easy, easy. So, looks like that's gonna stay. Like, it's in there snug. So that gets wired into the park lights and on this one. And the marker light goes to this round one here that I have. I gotta drill a hole for the other one on the other side. And I gotta do a little tappy tap work on here, get this kind of flattened out. It's a little bit beat up, and I don't think I'll be reusing the gaskets, so, because they're pretty rough. But I've lost track of what I've done on this particular video. I know you've seen that piece, cruise modules up. I don't know how I managed to get things crooked. When I'm standing beside it, it looks fine, and then when I come over here and look after I've drilled the holes, well, it's too late now. Same with that. They're crooked. But the hood was a little flat, so what did I use? This. I wedged a 2x4 in here, and then I closed the hood and walked away for a while. And now I come back and the hood is peaked back up again. So I guess after time it just sags from the way it's being stored. I guess if a guy kept it upside down or something, or I don't know. Whatever. It's not bad now. Yeah, so those little lenses, this one's okay, the other one's cracked, but it's not missing pieces, so I think that'll be fine. Being glass lenses, I bet they're not easy to find either. Is there any screws here? Nope. And they're probably never coming out. So I'll leave that alone. I gave it a little bit of a cleaning. I'll give it a little bit more, I think, yet, but I'll clean the outside a touch too. So, I never got really anywhere inside. Just spent a bit of time freeing stuff up. But reality's starting to kick in. It's 4 o'clock on Monday and I'm supposed to have this ready in less than 24 hours for a safety. It's not gonna happen. So I'm basically just gonna idle back, get stuff cleaned up, get this moved out of here so I can bring my truck in and give it a once over, as well as the Fargo. And I'm just gonna cancel my appointment. I'm going to call it a win for as much as I got done in the last couple weeks, but I didn't get where I wanted to be. But the Fargo's gonna go. We're gonna take it on a trailer and leave it at that. So basically, the next couple days, I'm just gonna kind of wrap things up, clean them up, and move forward. There's no point pushing through this. I'm not gonna make it, so. Unless there's 19 people here to do everything that I can't think of, so. Yeah, so. As much as I wanted to continue with this, I got this seat sitting where I want. I gotta cut those little wings off there. Gotta put insulation in. Gotta assemble the doors. I just don't have it in me. I'm done. I'm not happy with the steering column, the steering wheel. The steering coupler from Amazon turned the shaft 90 degrees, so everything's out of whack. I don't know why, if it's a double D, why they don't put them in line. Doesn't make sense to me, so I gotta find another one. I don't really want to cut the shaft and turn it just to satisfy my need to have it straight. And if I try and put anything else on there and Mickey Mouse it so it does go the way we want it to, the cancel will never work right. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna back off. I'm done stressing. This has almost become not fun anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna let it slide till I get back, beginning of June. And now that it runs and moves and everything's on, I'll just kind of jog it around. I got some work coming, so I'll get on with that. I'm done. So there we go. I'm still going to continue on with this. I'm going to finish it. I'm just not going to finish it tomorrow. That's all there is to it. So on that note, I'd like to thank you both for watching. And I've really enjoyed your support and all your great comments. But this is by no means the end to this. I'm just going to carry on and just use my brain and stop busting my butt for an unachievable end result. Yeah, the rush is over, so I just can't do it. I need like 20 hours work, and I don't have the energy for it. Physically, I just can't pull it off. So I'm going to continue on with these few little odds and ends. I'm going to get them wrapped up, but first thing tomorrow, I got to cancel that appointment out of respect for the safety people, so they can maybe fill that spot. So I'm just going to pass on today and go see how my dog's doing. She's been a little under the weather lately, so talk to you again soon. I will post some videos on our journey west and back, so that's what you can look forward to.